Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our juicy, nasty talks. Welcome, Mirza.
Keep talking like that. I love it. Oh, thank you. Man, Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we are recording on a Sunday, actually. So, guys, for you to know. Yeah, but what's wrong with you?
Nothing. I got a sleepless night, but one of the good kinds, I would say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds intriguing.
Oh, it was. It was a good time. Can't complain.
Okay, is it your first bang of the year?
It is. It's officially the first bang of the year, so started out with a bang 3 weeks later. Just a bit delayed.
Right before your birthday, actually, which is nice.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know what that means. If this is number 9, or it was, call it as you want it. If I get late on my birthday, it's going to be number 10. And you know what that means?
That you're changing the decimal, I guess.
Also that. Right?
Yeah, your goal. Your New Year goal.
Yes.
Yes.
What doubt, a lot to go. I didn't even write birthday sex in there, actually. Never had that.
Birthday sex. There was a song like, birthday sex will happen. Birthday sex will happen. Or something like that.
Isn't it the girl you know I, birthday sex?
No, it's not that one, but that's also a good one.
Yeah, that's also about birthday sex.
Nice. Then you have to play that song because Mirza is going to throw quite a big birthday party. So I think you have to put that song in there and then wait and see who says like, Mirza, let's go.
All right, fine. I have your gift, but we need to go in the back. Oh, that's a good birthday present. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would do that, but just to punch you.
You know I would punch back, right? If you hit one of the heads, I'll hit your fucking head. So it's still like balanced, more or less.
I love you too.
Yeah, so you say. So they all do. Let's see how much you love me. Will she give me a punch to the head or an actual physical present? Figure out by some point.
Yeah, next week. Next episode, I guess.
Yeah, maybe she'll put me in the hospital. Let's see.
In a cage. You deserve to be put in a cage, Mirza.
Oh, she's getting kinky. I like a challenge.
Yeah. You said you like it childish?
Oh, challenge.
Oh, a challenge.
I am childish, but I like a challenge. There's a difference here.
True. A big difference.
That's a good way to build up sexual tension. You know, bondage and all that stuff.
Gonna tie you. I was thinking actually like...
Don't stop now!
Okay. Tie your hands. And you're not gonna be able to touch yourself. And I'm gonna turn off the lights and I'm gonna go.
Oh, yes. Do what my father did to me. I mean, yeah. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. But we actually had in plan today to talk about hookups and in general, just one-night stands and maybe more than one-night stands, but just situations that don't lead to relationships. Something that can help you maybe not get feelings in a situation like that, in a hookup or in a friends with benefits situation.
Well, here's my question then. Is it always possible to keep away feelings?
Well, sometimes it is possible, definitely. But there are moments and times when it's not possible. I can speak from a woman's side of view and like perception in general that it's pretty hard to keep yourself from not catching feelings if the sex is good because of whatever things we have in our brain. I don't know what they're called, but it just creates these connections between our brain and our vagina. And then when our vagina is fucked good, then we just think about feelings. So,
but isn't that more about lust and emotions itself? Because I get it, it's a good feeling, have a good sex, but what if the dates or the guys just like a puddle, no deep conversations, no nothing?
Yeah, like exactly. It can be like that. It's just like it's your perception of what that can be not exactly what it is. It's more of you wanting that person to be different and wanting your imagination, maybe wanting something that is in your brain, that you think this guy, because he is doing some stuff, because he's good in bed or something like that, then you can change him in that way that he becomes the person that you want for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
something like that. It's like you don't think about that, because in our everyday life we don't think about distinguishing lust and reality. It's more just,
it's wishful thinking.
yeah, exactly. It's more like a wish. Yeah, I wish that this guy, it is like that, and then he's fucking good, and then there's one more reason to believe that he's the one. Sort of, like thinking about it, taking into consideration that he probably looks good. That's why you would actually date him in the first place.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so it starts somewhere. He probably looks good. You probably have some common stuff that you do, or common interest, whatever. And on top of that, he actually also fucks you good. So then you might get feelings, but it's not like a necessary thing. Like sometimes you don't. It just depends, I guess.
If you communicate it and agree like what you want this to be, you can just be friends with benefits per se. Just casuals.
Yeah, you can. But at some point, one of the people is still gonna catch feelings, no matter what.
Think so? You don't think they're really relationship where it's like, no, we just have fun. That's it.
I think that is possible if both of you are probably also seeing other people. Because if one of you is not, then that person will catch feelings at some point. And it could also happen because when you are seeing somebody else, then you are not that much in your head about this other person that you're also fucking. You are more like dividing yourself between people. But if you're not seeing anybody, then it's kind of like, okay, well, who do I talk with? I talk with this guy that I'm also fucking. And then you start to put all your emotions into that direction rather than dividing it in general with other people.
Yeah,
equally, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you choose to spend all that energy in one person, and that also shows something about you, that you're willing to give so much energy, if anything, then it's just not for the sex.
Yeah, exactly. It is a difficult situation to be in if you actually catch feelings for somebody that is not interested in you in that sense.
Then you're screwed.
Yeah, it's not the best scenario, but there are things that you can do to sort of get yourself out of there. And one of the reasons is just very obvious. Don't fuck him anymore. Get out of there,
yeah,
basically.
Of course. And also distancing yourself.
Yeah. Maybe giving yourself a little bit more credit and thinking about you more than him, or you more than her, is just by maybe putting yourself first and doing things for you. Maybe start a new hobby, maybe take care of yourself, your body, whatever you want to. Focus your attention on friends, girls, guys, whatever friends you have. Stuff like that.
But if you're dating, and of course the hobby thing is a good idea, but I feel if I'm interested in a person, I want to spend time with them, I start inviting them to things I'm interested in. Then I start thinking about those times that when I interview, the nostalgia feeling takes over, and then that part becomes hard. If you create memories.
Oh, if you create memories, yes. That actually makes it sad. If you don't spend time with that person anymore that much or something like that, then those memories come back and they're kind of like, like all those good times that I've had with that person. But then on the other hand, you have to think about yourself and you have to think about, are those good memories better than those moments when I felt helpless? Yeah, I felt helpless in the situation where I was interested, I had feelings and that person didn't. What is more important to you? Is it those memories that you can at any time recreate or have different memories with other people? Or is it just holding on to the past because of the good memories, but forgetting all the bad ones?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you take a feeling such as loneliness, for example, you get in a bad rut more or less. So you choose to ignore the bad things that happen because you need to focus on the good things. And that's why you might remember relationships differently.
I think it's because we normally remember feelings we have memories of feelings that were the strongest for us. So that's why maybe a lot of people remember the first time they had sex and maybe the latest time that they had sex. Yeah, the most recent period when they had sex, but they don't really remember much in between. And that is because the first time was the one when you were the most nervous and you didn't know what to do. Everything was new. So it's something that sticks with you because it was such an important moment. So
you mean the first time or the first time you do it with a new partner?
The first time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, there are moments in between where you remember things. Like, I don't know, if you've had a threesome, you would probably remember it.
Hey, it's on the goal list. Don't mark it in my face, okay? We can't be that lucky.
Okay, I was actually thinking about myself and my, like, let's say, milestones that I have. Yes, that I have in my sexual journey.
Exploration.
But yes, I think the most important thing and the best thing you can do if you catch feelings for a person is probably distance yourself, as Mirza also said. It's better to go in your nutshell, like small cave, whatever, from wherever you came from and just...
Nobody puts Big Daddy in a cage.
No?
I'm super sharp on cake, alcohol, and sex. Never been better.
Yeah, like literally these days, I guess you run on cake, alcohol, and what else?
Sex.
Sex, yes.
Sex. I'll say it 3 times. Sex.
So how was your sex experience?
Well, that was nice. We just took it slow and did some stuff here that I don't want to go into details at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a bit blurry from yesterday.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it was nice. I was just surprised how long I could last. Because I remember growing up, I was always afraid of being a quick shot, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe it was because you've been drinking alcohol.
It could be, but I also
that helps.
Had sex while sober.
Well, it was maybe also because you were tired, maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
It's just not the same. You're like, yeah, I want to fuck you, but I also want to sleep. It's like a midway. And I don't know. I don't feel a lot with condom on.
Yeah, but did you decide to use a condom, or was it she that wanted to use a condom, or it was both?
I asked. I always ask.
Okay.
I can go both ways if I trust them enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer without, but I'm very thoughtful with sex.
Of course.
You gotta feel where it's going. She likes it rough, you go rough. She likes it soft, you go rough. She doesn't like it, you go rough. Rough all the way.
Okay.
So, of course I'm kidding, but you just gotta communicate.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fucked her brains out.
Nice. I actually wanted to say something about the fact that, like when you're like so sleepy and you just want to sleep rather than having sex, like that's what happens to me. Like I'm so stressed sometimes in the evenings. Like I'm just like trying to rewind and understand the day that happened. And then I just want to masturbate and I start masturbating and I fall asleep while masturbating is the worst thing because I like... I'm watching like whatever a video on Pornhub and then I'm watching and then like I wake up after some minutes and I'm like, oh, wait, what's happening? This doesn't add up.
I tried that so many times. Usually it's, I think in the summertime and I've been to the gym and I was like just laying there and thinking, you know what? I'm bored. So next thing you know, my hand goes down and I'm having the one thing in one, the phone in the other. I'm thinking to myself, why am I feeling drowsy all of a second? So next thing I know, I slept for half an hour with my hand down my pants, and the video was just playing.
Oh.
Best nap ever.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, okay, let's finish this. And then you do that, and then you feel super refreshed.
I actually don't. I just do it out of like necessity. I'm kind of like, okay, I started it, I sort of have to finish it now, and then I just finish and I'm like, okay, now I can sleep finally. So it's sort of like that.
Mama didn't raise no quitter, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Now that we are talking about friends with benefits sounded a bit weird. Sounded like a weird word. Okay, friends with benefits and hookups and all that. Where do you think this latest hookup will lead?
This is just fun. At
So,
least that's how I feel about it. 'Cause she's, you know me by now. She wants more of a relationship, and I don't know. I'm not looking for anything.
no. But
So
are you looking for a second time?
if it happens, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm busy bee. So, but I feel, oh, I do too. But I feel for me is I always take it as it comes. So, and with this thing and me wanting more experience, because for me, it's really difficult getting a proper connection because I get bored easily with people. I don't know why. You've seen how I am in social situations. Like, yeah, what else can I do?
Yeah.
So maybe not the best thing to do because people might get offended and they're like, motherfucker, you think you're better than me? So we stop being invited. But I feel it's just I have so many random interests and all that stuff, and I feel somebody needs to layer on that. And I would only want to be in a relationship if we're both willing to build each other up and go to the same courses, try in the same countries, and try to learn the same languages. You know, it really has to be something special for me to want a relationship.
Yes.
I remember, I think 2 or 3 years ago, like super inexperienced, like I would jump anything, like, yes, marry me now. But with time, I was like, this is freaking boring or complicated. I just wanted to feel simple, you know, immediate click and nothing is forced. You know, they need to give back to me. And I feel people often think I'm the guy who's going to make the first approach or anything because, you know, very.
Yeah, you're very extrovert and very open. Yeah.
But in my case, I just like, yeah, sure, but give back to me because it feels like people don't always want to try and offend me because they know I'm either going to ignore it or fire back. But that's how I communicate.
Yeah, it's also more about, yes, you are an extrovert, you are open-minded and all that, and you do a lot of things. But that doesn't mean that you're always going to be in charge and you're always going to lead everybody somewhere. So that's why I think you want a relationship where it's just equal. Like the task or sort of the action comes from both ways, is not just from you, because it's going to be exhausting at some point for you to take the lead all the time and decide and, you know, just be in charge of that situation and that relationship in general.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get you. And I think you have a really good point of view about a relationship, because a relationship shouldn't just be something like, okay, I found this girl, she seems nice, the sex is good, let's have a relationship. Like, it's not like that. It has to be something that makes you feel good, and all the small things that you are maybe annoyed by right now while you're not in a relationship or you are at the beginning stage of a relationship, those things are just going to amplify while you go further into that relationship and you like sort of build up, because you're going to realize that those things, even though you try to build up on those or you try to sort of change them or like maybe ignore them in some way, they are still gonna pop up in the moments when you feel like down and you're annoyed and you're
that's when triggers are built.
Yeah, so and that's why most of the relationships don't work, because nowadays people know that it's possible to find somebody that doesn't annoy you. It's possible to find somebody that maybe doesn't agree with you all the time and maybe argues with you, but in a positive way, in a building, a more like... Yeah.
But I would never go for somebody that always agrees with me.
Yeah, that's also the thing.
I would never go for somebody who's like my twin. That wouldn't work out. Maybe as friends, that would be the best thing ever in existence for myself and for that person. But I feel it's always a give and take, and you're going to argue, have you had make-up sex? That's fucking amazing.
That is nice. That's why there's also a good part into not agreeing all the time, because then you're going to have some arguments. You're going to have some steam a little bit there. It's going to be like, no, I hate you more. No, I hate you more. So yeah, and then you get a quickie, and then
you know what?
Back to normal.
I'm hating you less right now, but I still hate you. But
Yes. Get out of my face.
that's what I feel. What's like passion. I read about it actually in the book you read me about finance.
Yeah.
It explains what passion is. It is a type of jealousy and love in one. It contradicts each other.
Yeah.
It's difficult to. It also depends on how you look at things. Because
Yeah.
if there is no jealousy in the relationship, it's gonna go out pretty fast.
Yeah, it's
'Cause,
gonna
like,
fade out.
I don't care if you find somebody else.
Yeah, because it's also like the interest is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like if everything is good in the world, then how would you actually appreciate
The negatives.
how would you appreciate the positives if the negatives wouldn't be there? So if it's just like a boring relationship where everything is calm, the day goes by, you make food together, you go to the gym together, you I don't know, watch Netflix together, all that, and nothing sparks an interest, nothing new comes up. It's sort of like,
Yeah.
what is this? Where is this going? What is the purpose of this? Just hanging out, just living the life, just having sex once in a while. Is that it? Is that our life?
That's true.
Like it's that I guess that's fine. I wouldn't mind that for, maybe a friends with benefits, maybe a situation where feelings are not involved that much, because then it just gets me off. It just helps me a little bit in my regular part of life. But if it's a relationship, then it's like, I want something more.
Yeah,
if we put feelings into it, then I want more than just boring life.
But okay, boring life. I would say if I have a family by that time, of course.
Yeah.
I would like it simpler. I don't want an argument like teenagers, like all that shit.
Yeah,
Stuff
no,
that's
but
past.
if you already have kids, that already sparks your life in a different way. So, yeah.
Then you're officially a big daddy.
Yeah. Or if you're having sex in public, it's also that fear that makes it interesting. Like, maybe somebody's going to see us. Oh, maybe somebody's going to notice. Or maybe somebody's going to know that we were here. Something like that.
Yeah, but I'm very carefree. I would love some fucking public sex.
Well, we can ask your new hookup for that. I'm pretty sure she would be down for that.
Sure, if you turn them on enough, that's always something.
If what?
If you turn them on enough, that's something.
Yeah.
Making out in front of 50 people, that's always interesting.
And touching each other in the kitchen?
Did you see that?
I didn't see. I went home at that point, but you told me.
Oh, yeah, but that was just because others were in the other room.
Okay, so nobody watched you, but somebody could have went in the kitchen and watched you. So, it's also that.
But I still have a huge lot of tensions on the back because we massaged each other yesterday just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Daddy needs to bulk.
Yes, or needs a massage pillow. I actually need some sex right now. I haven't had sex since New Year's Eve. So
you're about to burst.
Oh yes. I've been in a really shitty mood lately. So I'm definitely in need of some sexy time.
But there is this, I love this saying, you just need to get laid.
Yeah. Well,
relevant.
It is so true. It's so true. Like, sex solves everything. Everything. You don't even feel hungry anymore after you had sex. After you had a good orgasm.
Sleep.
Yeah, after you have a good orgasm, then nothing matters.
True. I do think I stayed asleep.
Yeah. We're doing some good commercial right now. So if you're into sex this year, come and meet.
Only this year.
Yes. It's a 1-year offer, a one-time offer. Yeah. Come and meet Big Daddy.
Are you looking for excitement? Meet
Dear.
Big Daddy. Want to get down and dirty in 2022? Experience 2 years of sex in one night with Big Daddy.
He's so big, he's gonna crash you.
I will break your bones while I bone you.
What is your opinion on girls that approach you first? Are you interested in that?
I don't mind at all.
No.
I think other people should take an example of that. Because I feel it's very backwards thinking that the guy needs to do the approach.
Yeah, it's not like the guy needs to do the approach, but I think many times women think that if they approach a man, then they seem sort of slutty. Then they seem like they are desperate in that sense. And for women, it's a very fine line because we are not like, it's so easy for women to be called sluts and cunts and whatever, for no specific reason. So I think many women would not take any action into talking with a guy or anything because of that, because of the way that they might be perceived.
But I think it's a pleasant surprise. I don't see it as a negative at all. If she wants to talk, we can talk. I'm not going to be like, what the fuck, you slut, you came first. No, why the hell would I do that?
Okay, but what do you think about other men, like male perception in general about women approaching first?
I think there's an ego issue in that state, if anything, because guys are not used to being approached first. So when it happens, I think they feel even more confident in their looks. They have like, holy shit, I'm looking so good, they're approaching me. So that's the ego issue at that point.
Yeah, but do you think it's always like a positive thing? Because women are so cautious about this thing. They're feeling a bit unsure about approaching a guy or not. And this would actually be really nice for women to know. Is it okay to approach a guy or is it not? Overall, what do you think?
I think the issue is this. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The guys are idiots. And we're not good at reading what the women are sending out as signals, like body language wise. She can be the most like approach me looking stance you've seen in your life, but you maybe even still be insecure if you should approach. So I think more or less it still goes both ways. Like we're all insecure more or less. And the guys are insecure if they want to approach the woman, of course. So you should just think we're the fucking same situation here. It's just a stigma that I would perceive you as a slut just because you came first or asked first. There's no fucking shame in it. If you're interested, you're interested. That's it.
I think that's really good. And hopefully that will help a lot of women to realize that it's not only about the men and men don't have to be first. It's all about interest. So if you're interested in somebody, just give it a try. If that person is not interested in you, at least you know. And at least you don't have to think about it anymore.
Again, there's no shame in trying. What's the worst you can get? A no. So, and you'll regret it if you don't ask, because you don't know how the person is. If he's an asshole and you gotta know, that's a good thing. So, what's the worst?
I think maybe the worst thing that can happen is the social circle that you're in, that maybe that person knows some other people that you know, and then they're going to talk about it. And then it's going to be like this social awkwardness between people or between you and some friends that know about the situation.
Yeah, but again, fucking grow up. Like, why do you have to talk about people and what they're interested in and all that stuff?
I know you don't, but that comes with age. After you have a certain age, you don't really you don't gossip, you don't talk about other people's businesses that much. But I think in a younger state of your life, you do. Especially like general school, high school and all that, people do talk a lot.
I still think I feel like gossip or anything because I do talk about other people, but that's if there's a good story to tell and I'm thinking positive about it, or what can I learn, or have you heard about this?
Also, you're gossiping in a positive way, or you're trying to make the person look positive when you're talking about them.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I have also been toxic, but I'm a very honest person when it comes to that. I will warn you if I'm like, this is off, you shouldn't do this. If you don't listen to me and fuck up, I can just say, I told you so. So, but that's not my aim for this. You know the saying, what is it? Do whatever the fuck you want, just don't hurt others. I don't know, I took that so hard. But it's not easy, because what's your take on it? Is it better to be real or fake? Because if you're real, the things you say might hurt, but in the long run, it's better. But if you're fake, it's good in the short run, but in the end, it's gonna bite your ass.
Yeah, so I think what we can take from this episode is that you should always be honest with others and honest with yourself. So if you catch feelings in a situationship. So if it's like a hookup, if it's like a friends with benefits, whatever, just try and take yourself out from there, or try and look the situation from above and figure out what you can do in order to feel better about yourself.
I said this to you before, because I can also have a big mouth. You as well. Don't look at me like that. You know I'm right. But it's good being honest, but you shouldn't be provocative. In the terms of just because you're thinking that doesn't mean you have to splash it out.
No, of course.
If you have a big temper or anything and you're just like furious, get it out. It's not a good thing. So I feel it's a good thing. I'm a guy who doesn't think before I talk. I just make it a fun situation awkward. Like, I don't give a shit. So.
Okay, so if you're mad at somebody, just bite their dick or something. Just don't say nasty stuff. Don't say bad stuff to them.
No,
just bite
angry
their
sex
dick.
is good sex. I'm just saying. The last thing I want to say to the lovely listeners is stay nasty.